David Skidmore has been a leader in journalism and strategic communications his entire life, serving as the linchpin for delivering the biggest of impactful messages in terms of life-altering news and information to constituencies nationally and globally, and of course, to all those who are blue and white proud. The Daily Collegian here at Penn State was an early stop in his career. He served as the editor-in-chief at a time when the daily printed circulation was 20,000 and delivered the source of news for the entire Penn State community. His journalism career would feature many notable highlights, including as a 16-year veteran writer for the Associated Press in Washington, D.C. David was the primary wire service reporter, delivering news about the U.S. economy, banking, and taxes to hundreds of millions of readers across the world. As the chief spokesperson and the primary strategic communications and media relations leader for the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve of the U.S. government, what David wrote, said, and created as the chief speechwriter for the chair of the Fed impacted and influenced the monetary systems of the entire world. I can't even imagine the pressures of that job. He retired in 2020 from the Federal Reserve Board, where he served under both Alan Greenspan and Jerome Powell. A proud graduate of what is now the Donald P. Belisario College of Communications, David currently works as a writing and editing consultant to the Economic Studies program of the Brookings Institution, a nonprofit public policy organization based in Washington, D.C. In 2021, he established the David Skidmore Journalism Scholarship in the Donald P. Belisario College of Communications. This supports journalism students, particularly those participating in the embedded Stanley E. Degler Washington, D.C. program. We're so grateful that David serves as a mentor to communication students and provides them with insight, direction, and supports their assignments. He has also been instrumental in the development of the program's new Washington News Bureau. Congratulations, David. We're so proud to present you with the Alumni Fellow Award.
Thank you, President Bendapudi, for that very kind introduction. And I must confess that when Belisario College Alumni Coordinator Mike Poorman reminded me that I was expected to speak at this dinner, I panicked just a little bit. And that might seem laughable, given that a goodly part of my job during 20 years at the Federal Reserve was writing and editing speeches, but those were speeches for other people. I mostly lurked in the back of the room as they delivered them and checked the markets to see whether they're going up or down. This evening, I must be the face of my own words and live up to the expectations of my best editor, my wife, Marcia Silverberg. And she graciously accompanied me to this land of the blue and the white, even though she graduated from one of those elite New England institutions that doesn't field a decent football team. Anyway, I was astonished when Mike told me that I had been chosen to receive an Alumni Fellow Award. It's not the usual sort of thing that comes to retired bureaucrats who lurked in the background. But astonishment quickly gave way to gratitude. So enormous thanks to Dean Hardin, Professor Bob Richards, and my former Daily Collegian colleague Bob Frick for putting my name forward. And, you know, to paraphrase a catchphrase from an old Saturday Night Live routine from the 1970s, Penn State has been very, very good to me. I simply could not have enjoyed the career that I have enjoyed without the education and experience I received as a student in Penn State's journalism program and at the Daily Collegian. My Penn State education gave me three things: knowledge, both practical and theoretical, hands-on experience, lots of it, and sound values. And of those three elements, knowledge, experience, and values, by far the most important has been values. Professors such as Gene Goodwin, John Rippey, Tom Berner, Bill Delaney, and Bill Paff drummed into us the importance of fairness, objectivity, dogged reporting, vivid, direct, accurate writing, and reverence for the First Amendment. And those values remain at the core of the journalism curriculum, as I've learned from speaking with Belisario students this week. That's crucial, of course, to the students' future success, but it's crucial to the future of our society. As the homepage of the Department of Journalism on the Belisario College website reminds us, journalism matters. The values, knowledge, and experience that these students will carry into their careers matters, especially now. Our country, indeed the world, has been through a lot these past few years, and I needn't elaborate. And journalism has been through a lot too. It seems that now anyone with a Twitter account, if they're meme savvy, can reach thousands, if not millions of people. Meanwhile, local newspapers fold and shrink. The newspaper where I worked right after I graduated, the Bethlehem Globe-Times, no longer exists. The newspaper where I interned between my junior and senior years, the Pottstown Mercury, is now owned by a hedge fund and has a single reporter working from home covering Pottstown. So that's why I was especially excited to learn about the Belisario College's student-staffed Washington News Bureau, which launches this spring. It'll give students an opportunity to gain much-needed professional experience. It'll allow them to apply sound journalism values in the real world, and at the same time, it'll help resource-starved local media. Students' stories about the Pennsylvania delegation in Congress and national issues of importance to Pennsylvania will appear in state news outlets. So I'm very happy to support that program. To conclude, I'm proud to be a Penn State journalism graduate, and as I said, very appreciative of this award. Thank you for it, but most of all, thank you, Dean Harden and colleagues, for preparing today's communications students to meet the challenges of the future with knowledge, experience, and values. Thank you.